Hey you guys, thanks for clicking on the video. This is a video about Upstanders standing up for intolerated communities, or just intolerance in general, standing up for people who are intolerant, and I chose one of the communities that I stand up for basically every day, and that is the LGBTQ plus community. This video is going to be called For the Rainbow Children because that is who it's for. And I just want to start by giving a message to those people. Don't listen to what anybody says. Anything negative anybody says. Because you are a person. You are a nice person. You are a loving person. You are a sweet person. You are going to find somebody who loves you and makes your heart flutter with something that is not fear and not anxiety. It's going to be like 1,000 butterflies are in your stomach and they're going to fly up and you're going to be like flying through the air all happy because you're going to find somebody that loves you one day. Just think about that when you're sad. One day, there is somebody that you have not met yet that you are going to meet one day that is going to love you more than anything else in the world, and that you are going to be their one and only. You're going to be their priority. You're going to be everything to them, and they're going to be everything to you. You are going to find it one day. Just think about that. You're good. You're perfect, and you don't need to listen to what anyone, your parents, society, anyone says to you that's bad. Anybody that tells you you're not good enough, anybody that tells you that you need to change, anyone who tells you what you are is bad. It's not. It's who you are. People stopped thinking about being who they are when people started to criticize them. When we were kids, we really didn't care what anybody thought. We were like, hey, I'm me, you don't like it, deal. And then puberty hits, and then most people's self-esteem goes to absolute jack. And it's time we start taking that back. Taking our self-esteem back, taking our confidence back, and standing up and saying we are who we are. Because we are who we are, and we are fine. We are beautiful people. Just like everybody. Everybody is a beautiful person. Everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, who you love, what you believe in. If you're black, white, gay, straight, bi, trans, Catholic, Christian, Jew, Muslim, atheist, anything. It doesn't matter what you are. Humans are humans. Humanity is humanity. We're all one person. We're all designed human. That's all there is to it. We're all humans. We all deserve the same rights. And society has completely screwed that over. Because, at least in the U.S., there's a lot of things wrong. And let me start by saying this. California is trying to pass an anti-sodomy law, okay? It's basically a law that says that's trying to get passed, saying if you're gay, you can be shot in the head by anybody. And the Supreme Court, if people are trying to get that bill struck down because it's trying to be put through the system, and people are trying to strike it down, but courts are saying that there's nothing constitutionally wrong about it. So let me get this straight. There's a law Constitution says religious freedom, which is what this is the defense this law has, is it's religious. So there's a constitutional amendment in the First Amendment that says you're protected by religion, but there's no amendment that says that if anybody says that you've touched another person of your same gender for sexual gratification, that you can be shot in the head. There's no constitution. Hello, you have the right to trial, no cruel and unusual punishment, due process, everything. Come on. You have the right to a jury, blah, blah, blah. I can see a lot of constitutionally wrong with that, but of course, because LGBTQ is LGBTQ, they're kind of just like, hey. Isn't there something wrong with that when people are trying to pass laws that say it's okay to shoot people in the head, and they're basing it on religion? Religion is not a write-off for hatred and bigotry and over all crooked-minded sickness. Who wants to shoot people in the head for being in love? I mean, come on. Society, that's just screwed up when you basically are saying, hey, this law can be put through the system, and it's been in the system for months, and it's not being shot down yet, and that worries me in a lot of different ways, because when we start saying that it's okay to shoot people in the head, I mean, what's next? Is it going to be legal to basically beat African American people up? I mean, I know there's been a lot of police shootings. There's been way too many of those, but I mean, come on, where does it stop once we start letting this stuff happen? What's the next? You have to be white, straight, cis, everything in order to be safe in this world? Come on. That's not, and Christian, let's not forget that. You have to be white, Christian, cis, and straight to be safe. I mean, that's what the world's gonna come to again? Society, that's scary. I guess 2016 will tell, but that's scary. I'm not even gonna lie, that is terrifying. And we need to start supporting these people, this community, because this community is not doing anything wrong. LGBTQ plus people are people. We didn't do anything wrong. We were born. We fell in love, or we were born into the wrong body. Anything. That was not our fault. We got born into the wrong body. That chromosome wasn't the right chromosome. That second chromosome our dad gave us wasn't right. That's not our fault. We're just trying to be who we are. Or we fell in love. Everybody does. I mean, I hope everybody does. Everybody should. Like, everybody has that right to be in love, be happy, be everything. And society, come on. Let's get real here. And to parents of these people, oh, I have a lot to say. Parents, you need to support your kids. That's just how it goes. Because kids are already scared enough. No, seriously, kids are terrified of what you're going to think, because whether you think it or not, whether your kid's being a rebel or not, your opinion of them is one of the most important things to these people, to your kids. Your kids want you to be proud of them whether they show it or not, and when you just flat out say, ew, you're disgusting, I mean, do you have any idea what that does to your kids? When you had kids, you signed up for the long haul. You signed up for those 2 o'clock in the morning tantrums when they were toddlers. You signed up for them knocking over the cookie jar when they were trying to sneak a cookie when they were like 5. You signed up for all the bumps and bruises at 7 to 10. You signed up for the teenage rebellion. You signed up for whatever came your way when you had that kid and you chose to keep it. You can't just bail now because they're suddenly in love with somebody else. Just because your kid's not what you wanted. I mean, it's still your kid. That kid is living the way it thinks it needs to live. And that's fine. That's fine. Because your kids are not you. Let's just face it. Your kids are not you. They are completely different people. And if they want to have a totally different set of beliefs, good. Because time keeps evolving everything. What the kids' grandparents thought is not the same as what we think. What you thought in your time is not what we think in ours, and we have to start changing. Because if we change the way our beliefs are, we can give a better next generation. Okay? I mean, times change, thoughts change, social norms change. You cannot raise us to fit what was your social norm, because that's probably not the norm anymore. Or it's not going to be in the next 10 to 20 years. And it's not right that you try to keep us as an exact little copy of what you think that we should be, because we're different people than you. Every person is different. No person deserves to be subjected and told that they have to be a copy of their parents. It's not how it's supposed to go. You are supposed to support your kid growing into the person that they need to be in order to be happy and to live. and that is your kid's right to grow into the person that they need to be. Just stop thinking about what you want them to be for a minute and just think, what do they want to be? What's going to make them happy? Because let me tell you something, parents. Chances are, like, let's face it, chances are you are going to go before your children go. Like, you're going to be gone before your children, okay? You're not going to get to see the final result of your raising. So why are you trying to make them into an exact copy of you if you're never going to see it? Why are you trying to make them into this, like, perfect little human when you're not going to be able to see, like, half of them, half of what happens? You're not going to see the ending result, so why raise them? Because the fact is, when you're gone, they're probably going to sit in front of a mirror and be like, who am I supposed to try to please now? Like, what was this all for? Why was I trying to please them my whole life? Because it's pointless to try to please your parents your entire life, because they're going to be gone one day, and then you're not going to have them, and you're going to be like a lump that's being like, oh my gosh, what do I do? That might sound cold, but that's how it is. If you try to please your parents your entire life, and you never stand on your own 2 feet and say, hey, this is my life. You gave birth to me, but this is my life. My life, my rules, my everything. It's me. This is me. I am proud of me. And to the LGBTQ people, kids, adults, senior citizens, anyone, you're fine the way you are. You are you. You are doing you. Your heart is fine, because at the end of the day, you have to look in the mirror. It's you who has to look in the mirror and be happy with what you see. That's you. And that's the point of life. We are a bunch of organisms that are on a rock that's traveling thousands of miles through space. I mean, that's what we are. We don't owe it to anybody to be more. We don't owe it to anybody to conform to what they believe in, because we're all our own life forms. We're all a form of life, and everybody lives. People just live differently, and that's fine. If everybody lived the same, well, that would be hecka boring, wouldn't it? If everybody lived the same, life would be boring. And life's not supposed to be boring. The goal of life is to be happy. And if being with somebody that happens to be the same gender of you makes you happy, good. Fine. Be happy. Happiness is the goal of life. I mean, you feel this? You feel this pulse right here? That means potential. That means life. That means live. That means prosperity. That means go. Go. Be happy. Be who you want, because it's you. You get one chance. You get one life. You get one blank canvas. Paint the picture that you want to look back on and say, hey, this was great. Paint the picture of your life. Write the book of your life. Direct the movie of your life. Okay? Don't let anybody change it, because it's your life. You're the one that has to look back on it. This is your heart. This is your mind. This is your body. You do it. Do what you want. Be happy. Make mistakes. Fall down. Get back up. Live life to the fullest. Learn. Live. Be weird. Be a freak. Be what everybody tells you you shouldn't be. Like, be weird. Be a kid. Be a teen. Make mistakes. Fall. Get back up. Be a human. Be a person. Because that's all part of being a person. Have a day. If you're sad, you can't be told to have a good day, because obviously if you're sad, you're probably not going to have a good day. But have a day. Feed yourself. Go outside. Smell the roses. Smell the sunshine. Take a walk. Slow down. Look at the things around you. Look at the beauty of life around you. And just stop for a minute and say, this is life. This is me. This is my life. Be happy. Look at it all from a bigger perspective and say, this is